Beauties, welcome to my channel, H.ealthy by Yulia. I'm Yulia and I'm your virtual beauty therapist. I have you on for over 11 years. Skincare is my passion, it is my job, and I have been doing this for a while now. I hope you enjoy my channel, and if you do so, please consider subscribing to it. Give this a thumbs up, share it, and comment below. The video today is about Heliocare. This is a brand that I'm affiliated of. So the links that you will find below are affiliated, and you can also use my code Yulia10 in order to get 10% discount of your next order, not only when you purchase Heliocare, but also when you purchase products from friends of the brand, like Endocare and Beauties. And lastly, as part of my intro, I want to mention a few common things about the products that I will review today. First one is obviously the 360 line. The difference between this line, which is the newest line from the brand, and the rest of the lines that they have, like the color one, is the fact that 360 line offers not just protection from UVA and UVB like the rest of the products, but also protection from visible light and also from infrared A light. Second is the fact that all of the products contain ingredient which is called Sunblocks. This is patented by the brand ingredient, comes obviously from a fern, which is aquatic plant, but it is actually able to survive even when it's not in water, even when it is exposed under very strong sunlight. So the brand is using different technology in order to use this type of extract. Also, it is extremely rich in antioxidants, which are fighting with the free radicals. Also here you will find melanin. Now I found this quite peculiar, but the reason why they decided to use melanin into their product is because it is able to absorb visible light between 400 and 500 nanometers, and it is capable to do so twice stronger than our own melanin, and it happens on the surface of the skin so that our body is not that affected from this light. And then the brand uses also DNA repair enzymes. Now about those, I saw a few different studies. I did saw a review which is showing that maybe they don't work as effectively, but what the brand claims is that this type of DNA repair enzymes are able to work on the mitochondria and the nuclear of the DNA in order to repair it and in order to fight with the free radicals. Now, I'm not obviously sure about this, I'm not a scientist, so I want to just share with you what I have seen about this ingredient. Bear in mind that despite that I'm affiliated of the brand, I am always trying to be honest with you because I don't want to mislead anyone and I don't want to mislead the company as well. I do think that everyone needs honest feedback. Let's start with the body care. So the first SPF that I want to show you from the brand is their invisible spray. I will give you a little demo. You will have a look on the product. I do apologize if it's not really clean, if you see sand in it, but to be fair, I have actually quite well used all the products because I wanted to make sure that I know how they feel like, not just what is inside. So I went camping for a week and I spent a lot of time on the beach, on the poolside, obviously walking around a lot. So I have used a lot of them. This is nearly finished now, and that's why the products don't look the best, but I have tested them very well. And I think this is more important than just looking pretty and like brand new. But anyway, let's start with the product. This is unfortunately alcohol-based product because obviously it is aerosol spray. So bear this in mind. Also, it does have added fragrance. On the positive side, and there's so many positive sides, is first the fact that it is water resistant, it is sand resistant. So once when you use it, you're absolutely fine on the beach, on the sand, and it's not going to, the rubbing is not going to remove your sun protection, which is very important because, to be fair, I love my K-beauty products, but unfortunately, very few of them from the SPFs are water and sweat resistant. What's left about sun resistant. This is amazing. So despite the fact that I was outside most of the time, I did not burn. So that's a very good news, I have to say. I didn't experience any irritation, any negative reaction. This is, bear in mind, just for the body. Now, they say that this is invisible, no white cast type of spray without any residue. While there is absolutely no residue, it is translucent type of spray. I have to say that it does look a little bit on the glowy, shiny side. So what reminds me of is I remember when I was in my early 20s and I was sunbathing and etc. I used to use some protection, but it was like oil of SPF 4, SPF 8, which is really nothing. I don't think that they still produce them because it's not really sunblock. So I used to use those one because it looks really nice and shiny, glowy. My tan look very nicely, and I thought that I have some protection. So this finish is on the glowy side. It looks really nice, especially if you ask me on, open dress when you can show your legs or your arms or your back. It looks really, really nice. My personal opinion. You can use some, say, shimmering dry oil under. It feels like you didn't apply anything, so it doesn't feel sticky despite the fact that it might look a little bit on the shiny side. And especially for the body, it's super convenient. You can just leave it in the bag. You know that you're not going to press, squish. As ingredient here, obviously, you do have filters, which are chemical in our case. You have the fern block, which I already mentioned. There's a touch of green tea, a touch of vitamin C as well. But obviously, the main thing is that it's not irritating. It gives you high protection. It is waterproof, sandproof, sweatproof, and it has really nice finish. Here is the Pigment Solution Fluid. And this product honestly wasn't on my wish list. And it's not because I didn't know about it, but more because, I mean, to be honest, it is maybe because I didn't know that much about it. My skin is prone to redness rather than pigmentation. I was wrong. The product has a light tint, but I say that's not really for that much coverage. It's very light type of coverage. But because of the tint, I do think that this is product which is suitable for Fitzpatrick 1 to 4. Also here, there is no alcohol and there is touch of fragrance. So this product does have added fragrance. They done eye sensitivity and skin sensitivity tests which had great results. So I can say for myself as well, I didn't experience any irritation for my eyes, which are very watery usually, neither for my skin when I was using this product. This is water resistant and sweat resistant. Once again, very much appreciated now in the summer. This SPF has one very interesting system which you are not going to find in the rest of the products. It is called depigmenting or depigmenting system, and it contains niacinamide and ellagic acid. The niacinamide is an ingredient which is great for literally everyone, and there's not that many of them out there. So whether your skin is prone to uneven skin tone and pigmentation, whether it's sensitivity and redness, whether what bothers you is the overproduction of sebum, so your skin is oily, niacinamide is great add-on into your routine. The second ingredient is ellagic acid. And I was a bit confused because you won't actually see it into the ingredients list, but what you will see is actually pomegranate extract, because from all the plants, this is the one that is with one of the highest contents of this type of acid, and it is capable of reducing the production of melanin. The other great ingredients here are green tea, urea, vitamin E, and I think for me personally, one of the biggest pluses of this product is the texture. The texture is like a very runny lotion type, and it gives very gentle coverage. It feels really nice, silky onto the skin. It is actually very surprising to me. It's one of, for me personally, the best products from Heliocare that I have tried to this moment, and it was a very nice surprise because I didn't expect that this will be something which is suitable for me, but it is really pleasant, and definitely if your skin is with concerns such as melasma, uneven skin tone, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, this is a product that you can try. If your skin is irritable, sensitive, redness prone, slash like mine, then the AR Emulsion is what you're going for quite likely. So this sunscreen is different because obviously it is targeting more sensitive skin. Straight away, I can explain that here you have mineral filters, and also here there is no added fragrance, no added alcohol, and no added essential oils. So if your skin is very sensitive, the products that you will look for are either this one, the AR Emulsion, or the Mineral Tolerance SPF, which I have already reviewed last year, so check out the link in the description box. But these are the two which are the most sensitive skin type of product. So what is inside this product? Obviously, you have the filters, which are mineral, you have the friend block, but also here you will find squalane and vitamin E, which are great for the barrier, and a very interesting type of system which is combining two plant ingredients and glutathione, which are great to soothe the skin, improve the skin barrier, repair it, and therefore they work for the redness, for irritable skin, and for the sensitivity in general. As for the texture of this product, it is once again very light. There is added pigment, so this will be suitable for skin Fitzpatrick 1 to 4. It doesn't give, once again, the biggest coverage, but it's very gently unifying the skin tone in order to reduce the visible redness. The finish is very interesting because once when you apply it, it looks a bit glowy, but then it changes. A few minutes later, it actually settles in and it looks quite natural. This is a dry touch SPF. So what the brand explains is that this is oil-free formula, which is suitable for those with more oil production in order to regulate it. And also it has more mattifying type of finish. The product uses a combination of chemical and physical filters, but I have to say, no crying, no irritation for my eyes or for my skin. There is added fragrance. I have to mention this. Also, here actually very high in the ingredients list, I think it was the third one, is arginine, which is naturally occurring into our body, very essential amino acid, which is working as antioxidant and also it is hydrating. So despite the fact that you have product which is for oily skin, it will keep your skin well hydrated. It feels very nice and pleasant. Now the brand says that this is mattifying product, but if you ask me, it is semi-matte, natural type of finish. So definitely, it's not something like a blotting paper or blotting powder that you have used, but also it's definitely not shiny. So even if your skin is dry like mine, you can use a moisturizer underneath and then use this SPF. You'll be absolutely fine. There is added skin here once again, so very light type of coverage, but that means that it will be a product which is suitable for Fitzpatrick 1 to 4. And also added ingredients here are a touch of green tea, vitamin C, and vitamin E. The texture, very light, very pleasant, and definitely it is a recommended product if your skin is oily and combination. This is the water gel, and this is a product that I actually did review last summer. But for the sake of comparison, and because I obviously have it, I want to talk about it. The brand says that not that this is something for oily and combination skin, like the name, at least for me, sounds like, but actually this is for dry, dehydrated skin because it is long-lasting hydration. Here you have glycerin, hyaluronic acid, and urea, which are hydrating. You have the fern block, you have here also actually Indian gooseberries, which are great antioxidants, but the brand says that this has more matte finish, which is weird for me personally for product for dry skin. And looking into the finish, the texture, I do think that this is actually product for combination and oily skin. Also, the difference here is that this product does not have added tint. So it looks white and disappears onto the skin. So I do think that this will be more suitable even if your skin is with deeper tone. It provides you with hydration, but it's very light. And actually, I do think that this is even a bit more matte than the oil-free gel that has the added tint. So for me personally, personal opinion here, this is the product which will be the most suitable for all of those, for deeper skin tone, for oilier skin. Of course, once again, if you want to use it, because I like sometimes to where SPFs which do not have any other skin. This is the one. Just if your skin is dry like mine, apply moisturizer underneath and you'll be absolutely fine. It does have added fragrance, but I did not experience any irritation, and it is once again sweat and waterproof. So this is Heliocare 360, but it's also their color range. The main difference here is the coverage. So while some of the other products that I reviewed for you today do have added tint, which is super light, very, very gentle, this one is the one which is like a tinted SPF. This is more like foundation. This has much bigger coverage than the rest of the product. And it comes into a bronze shade, which is darker, and the beige shade, which I actually have onto my skin today. I do have to say, for me personally, the beige one is still a little bit darker, but to be fair, once when I apply a little bit of blush, a little bit of concealer, it actually unifies quite nice. The bronze one is slightly darker, and I have to say it's more warmer as a tone, so it is a bit more orangish type of light. But still, these two, I don't think obviously that they are suitable for someone which is Fitzpatrick 5 or 6. So you have two different shade options. So you don't have something which is very light, at least none of these two is very light, but also you don't have anything which is much deeper as a tone. As ingredients here, yes, the firm block, you have great SPF protection. So once when you apply it onto the skin, it might look a little bit shiny, but it takes like literally a minute to absorb nicely, and then the finish is much more mattifying like. It's not super matte. Once again, it's semi-matte, if this makes sense, at least for me personally. And here, once again, you have no added alcohol, but you do have added fragrance. The best coverage from all of the products that I have mentioned today. So obviously, say you are someone who likes to wear foundation and you know that you want to apply SPF underneath, why not just use one product? And there you go, you have everything that you need. And yes, don't forget, you have promotion right now. Buy 2 or more products from Heliocare and you get a lovely summer pouch. These are all the products that I wanted to review for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have idea now and you can compare which product, how it looks like, what are your concerns, and you have found the one or two, of course, which are the most suitable for your concerns, for your skin type. If you enjoyed this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Find me and follow me in social media, in Instagram and TikTok for much more beauty content. I hope I'll see you again. Don't forget to press on the notification bell. Have a wonderful day.